and welcome to the Crazy Sock Lady YouTube channel. My name is Kay, and this is my channel where I share all about my making adventures. Today I only have knitting to show you. I've been doing a lot of knitting the past 2 weeks. I'll talk about where I was last week a little later in the episode, but today is October 25th. It is a Wednesday. It's 9:47 a.m. if anyone's curious. I always kind of like knowing what time of day people are recording what day it is, so I like to share that as well, just in case anyone else likes to know that. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as The Crazy Sock Lady, and I do have links right down below this video for everywhere that you can find me, as well as links to project pages for everything that I'm going to show. That'll have full details on the project, and also any shops that I talk about will be linked below. Today I have 3 finished objects to share with you, some works in progress. I have some pretty yarn that arrived in the mail, and we also have some giveaway winners to announce, and a new giveaway for this episode. Before we dive into finished objects, I want to remind y'all that the Crazy Spooky Make-Along is coming to a close October 31st. So that is the last day to post your finished objects. You can participate by posting either on Instagram using the hashtag or in the Ravelry group. Links will be down below for both of those places, and full details can be found on both of those places for the make-along as well. It's been a fun one. I have quite a few items that I myself am trying to finish up. We'll talk about those in whips. I don't know that it's gonna happen. I think I'll have a couple more finished objects, pairs of socks, but I had grand plans and the time is just slipping away. The end of the month is coming so quickly, so we will see what I can get done. But first, let's talk finished objects. So like I said, I have 3 finished objects. Let's just go ahead and show the big one first. So I did something. If you are in the Crazy Sock Lady memberships here on YouTube, you already know this because I posted about it in the group, and I also talked about it on Monday's membership video. So I finished off my temperature blanket, y'all. I was done working on it. It was becoming such a, like, oh, I have to do those 2 rows every morning, and I am such a proponent for knitting what brings you joy. You should always be working on what brings you joy. And I thought maybe I'll just set this aside for a bit, but then the thought of going back and catching up, I was like, no, I'm not going to enjoy that. And it's long enough. I laid out on the couch with it. It is perfectly long enough for me to use. If I kept going with it, it would be a little too big for me. It would be good for my 6'4" son, but it would be a little too obnoxiously large for me. So I just finished it off. I think October 23rd ended up being the last day that I did, and I'm not mad about it. I'll never regret just finishing it. Nobody will ever know that I didn't finish it if they're looking at the blanket when they come over. They're not going to be like, you didn't finish that, did you? That is not 365 days, is it? They will never know. So it's done. I should say the temperature blanket, I'll show you here in just a minute the full layout of it, but the temperature blanket is something I've been working on all year. I do have a Ravelry project page that has full notes for how I'm doing it. I did not follow any kind of a pattern, but I wrote out on there how I did it if you want to do one as well. And I'm trying to think what else I was going to say about that. It's the high temperatures every day for the place I live, because I've had some people ask about that. Full details are over there. I do have a podcast episode linked on that Ravelry page also, just that shows more details, or I talk in more detail on that episode about it. All right, let's see here. I will show you this, and then I will also insert a photo of it because it is a little hard to show blankets on the podcast, but let's see. You can see it's plenty wide enough. Very big. Let's see if I can get the bottom of it to show here. So you can kind of see the bottom there. That's where I started. Then it goes down. It's very long. I'm just going to hold it up. Let me get down to the top here. That's the top. So big and so pretty. I love it so much. but I'm very happy that I have not worked on it every morning. Well, Monday, I think, was the last day I worked on it. But I had yesterday and today where I just worked on socks in the morning, and it was so great because I tried to do that. That was part of my 30 minutes of knitting every morning. And that, I want that time to be something, I've been doing that for so many years now. 30 minutes of knitting first thing in, well, not first thing, but in the morning to start my morning. And, you know, I do my workout, I get the kids all set up, you know, if I have to make any lunches or do anything, and get everyone up and moving. And then I would sit down with a cup of coffee and do my 30 minutes of knitting. I don't want that to be something that I do not want to work on. I have really come to realize that getting that, even just that 30 minutes, even if some days it's only 15 minutes because we have a busy day, that little snippet of time in the morning, I want that to be something that is bringing me joy. I want it to make me happy. I don't want to be like, oh, I don't want to work on this ever with my making, really, but especially in that 30 minutes. So yesterday and today were just great because I've worked on my Polka Dot Creek socks and I've enjoyed every stitch. So that brings me to my next pair, or my next finished object. And that is my Polka Dot Creek socks. So I finished these yesterday. This is the Polka Dot Creek Hocus Pocus self-striping advent. This is half of it. So it is 13 minis. This is days 1 through 6 for the self-striping. And then the heel and toe, day 7 was this pretty color that is on the heel and toe. So I did open day 7 early because I knew that it was like that. I was late working on this advent. I didn't work it like starting on October 1st. I started it later. So I already knew day 7 was this mini and I wanted to use it for heel and toe. So I opened it early, knit this up using that, and I've started the second pair I'll show in just a bit because you can get 2 pairs of socks out of their Halloween advent. But yeah, I love how these turned out. I absolutely love Hocus Pocus. Y'all know that. Love witchy stuff. Actually, yeah, I have a Hocus Pocus shirt on. Sweatshirt. So these were great. I did vanilla socks on 9-inch circulars, my pattern, and 20 rows for the cuff, 60-ish rows for the leg, I think. Super fun. I have all tutorials linked that go along with this on the Ravelry project page. I'm trying to be better about doing that. So for like this one, there's the 9-inch tutorial, contrast heel and toe, how I'm weaving in my ends. All of those are linked. The advent was so each mini has 12 stripes. So you can see here, they recommend you do 6 stripes on each sock. So I followed along with their instructions this year. Last year I did not. I think I did 3 stripes per sock, and then I had, you know, leftovers that I threw into the second pair. But this year I did the 6 stripes per sock and used up the whole mini, and it was great to kind of not have those leftovers to deal with. Those are for me, by the way. Lots of people, you know, one of my most asked questions is what I do with all the socks that I knit, and I always say wear them because I do. I do have a ton of socks. I don't know what the current number is. I do gift quite a few, but I always mention, unless it's a gift for somebody that I know watches, I always mention that it is for a gift. And sometimes I will still say it's a gift, just not who it's for. But mostly I feel like the socks are still for me. The most of them that I knit are for me, I should say. But quite a few are gifts as well. You guys know I loved my gift knitting if you've been around for a while. All right, my last finished object is my October Yarnable socks. I don't think these were done last time. It's been 2 weeks, so the time just seems like, what in the world did I finish? But I don't think these were done. This one was I think the colorway was called Spellbound. So pretty. I'm pretty sure I did these on 9-inch circulars as well. I did 25 rounds of Knit 2 Purl 2 for the cuff on this one, 60 rounds for the leg. I am still obsessed with these, still obsessed with this colorway. It turned out so, so beautiful. I am so excited to see what November's looks like. Just because I'm excited every month. Who doesn't like getting yarn in the mail and a surprise yarn? I absolutely love that. But yeah, this one was so good. Like, what's November gonna be? I don't think there's really anything else to say about those. Just my vanilla socks on 9-inch circulars again. And that's it for finished objects. I did finish the final sample for the new design. So I have to get pictures. They're actually blocking on the floor right over here. I have to get pictures of those socks this week. The layout is done. I just have to proofread everything, send the pictures off to be put into the layout. And yeah, I still don't have a date yet. So be patient with me still, but we're getting there. We are getting there. I'm very, very excited about it. And I can't wait to share it with you as soon as everything is set and I'm ready. All right, so works in progress. I just brought 4 pairs of socks down. One, there's really not much to show, but that's all right. So the one I'm kind of focusing on right now, I have in a bag from Bags by Awesome Granny. Halloween hippos. I love their witch hats, so cute. And these are the second pair of socks from the Polka Dot Creek Advent. So this will be days 8 through 13. I do have a good bit of day 7 left. I think I'm going to use this for the heel, and then I'll grab another scrap out of my scrap bin to use for the toe. But here they are so far. This is day 8 and day 9. And I take the mini out, so day 10 is right here. I just take the mini out, wind it by hand, because it's only 10 grams. It's a small mini. So I just wind it by hand, and then I knit one sock, the 6 stripes, and then the second sock, the 6 stripes. Again, vanilla socks, 9-inch. That's the kick I'm on lately. I just cast on with whatever method I feel like casting on when I start a sock. I really don't have a favorite. There are definitely times I'm like heavier on the 9-inch or heavier on the magic loop. But it's just whatever I feel like when I cast on. That's it for these. Again, just 20 rounds for the cuff. I am pretty sure the first one I did about 60-ish rounds for the leg. And I'm just going to do about the same for these because it worked out perfect that I had just enough yarn to do the first pair of socks with days 1 through 6. All right, the one that I have not done like anything on, this is in a bag from Little Robin Cottage. I'm gonna be sad to put my Halloween bags up, but also excited to pull out the Christmas bags because I'm probably gonna do that on November 1st because I want 2 full months to use them. I think it's gonna happen. And I have some fall bags, so I'll throw those in still as well, but I think I'm going all in with Christmas yarns and bags. I think the fall Halloween basket that I put together over here, I'm gonna swap out, pull out all of my Christmas yarns. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Because they just make me happy. And the full 2 months I've had, I started fall Halloween stuff September 1st. These full 2 months have been great to work on these yarns. But okay, anyways. These are my Winifred Sanderson socks, the Area 51 fibers. These are self-striping. I have not started knitting with them yet, so I cannot show you that. But I split it, so it was a 50-gram skein, and I split it so that I can try to work them up at the same time and keep everything even. So I have 2 sets of 9-inch in here, and I've started with just a white. And I'm going to do white for the heels, toes, and cuffs, to try to make this go a little further since it's only 50 grams. I mean, I never use a full 100 grams, but I like a little bit longer of a leg. So I think I'm going to do, or I am going to do the white heels, toes, and cuffs so that I can get, I think I'm going to do a 50 round leg. That's a good length. I prefer 60, 50 will work great. And then hopefully that'll still give me enough because I wear a US women's size 9, so I don't have like a super tiny foot. Hopefully that'll give me enough. And then going forward with my other Area 51 fibers, I'll kind of know, okay, if I do heels, toes, and cuffs in a different color, I can get this long of a leg and still have plenty to finish out the foot, is my plan. All of these socks that I'm showing are ones I would like to have done by the end of the month. I'm probably a little crazy, y'all. Because I mean, I don't even know if there was 5 rounds done on that cuff. We'll see. Focus right now is Polka Dot Creek because I'm having to wind those minis. So I would like to get them done within the next few days. And then this weekend, I'll have just plain vanilla socks for everything else. And it's nothing I have to wind minis for or look at a pattern for. And anywhere we go, I can just take those socks with me. It's kind of what I'm thinking. Something that I got a lot of work done last week. This is just in a bag from a friend that does not have a shop. Was my sister's Wicked Witch socks. So I worked on these a lot when I was out of town last week. I'll talk about that later. But this is the zebra yarns. Do I have the tag? Well, I guess her tag doesn't really say her name, but it's zebra yarns, her zebra colorway with a red mini. So it makes me think of the Wicked Witch. And these are going to be a Christmas gift for my sister Cassie. She does not watch. Lily does, and her friend. So don't say, y'all. Don't tell Cassie that I'm making her these socks if you've watched this far into the podcast. They're a surprise. So for these, I did my pop of color at the cuff that y'all know I love to do, and then contrast heel and toe. Vanilla socks again on 9-inch. I have one done. I've started the second one. And I'm really enjoying these. Did I do 60, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50? Yes, 60 rounds for the leg for these. I have my markers. That's what I was counting. Another thing that I love to do, I have a tutorial for that as well on YouTube. So I need to get going on these. These will be great vanilla knitting for the weekend or just the rest of the week. And I'm hoping I can at least get these done by the end of the month. All of these would work for the Crazy Spooky Make-Along, but these will also work for our holiday gift Make-Along that we have going on over in the Crazy Sock Lady YouTube memberships. These will work for that. And that knit-along does go until the end of November. Yes, it's October and November. So I do still have a while for that Make-Along. But I really wanted to have these done for the Crazy Spooky Make-Along as well. Last one, last work in progress that I've worked on. As always, if I don't show it, it just means I haven't worked on it. So these are in a bag. They no longer make bags, but it's a Jack Skellington bag. And these are just a plain vanilla pair of socks, the Cascade Heritage. Reminds me of candy corn. What is the number? 127. Cascade Heritage Prints 127. Doesn't want to focus there, does it? There we go. And like you just saw, one is done. The second one is ready for me to start the heel. These are so fun. did I work that one up? Do I still have the Christmas one, or did I work it up? I can't remember, but I did have a Christmas one. I'll have to look and see when I go through my yarn to make the November and December basket of yarn. But yes, these, same thing. gosh, vanilla socks on 9-inch circular. Obviously, they are the winner here lately. 60 rounds for the leg, 25 rounds knit to purl to. All the same thing. I did work on these a little bit when I was out of town last week as well. So I just need to do the heel on those, and then, like I keep saying, lots of vanilla knitting in my future, which makes me so happy. It's my favorite kind of sock knitting. I obviously love patterns because I write them, but there's just something about a plain old vanilla sock that is so perfect. I just love it. All right, I think that's it for works in progress. So I did have some yarn arrive in the P.O. box, and it is so pretty, y'all. I cannot decide which one I'm going to keep. I think I know, but I just can't make up my mind. But I need to decide because we are going to do a giveaway. Okay, I think I've made up my mind. So this yarn is from the Kinetic Knitter. Show you the label here, and they sent over 3 of their sock sets. They are so pretty. So this one right here is Heartbreaker. Look how fun and bright that is. This is getting blown out. It's a little bit more of a purpley pink than it's showing. It's been raining this morning, typical fall day here, and it's pretty dreary outside. And I didn't set my light up because I prefer, if I can use the natural light, to use that. But it's just blowing that out a little bit. The light probably would have too because it's a very bright color, but it is beautiful. This one is Mystique. That one's showing really accurate. This is beautiful too. I just love the deep, rich colors. This is the one I think I've decided I'm going to keep. It is called Sugar Cookies. I feel like this one just screams me. All of these colors in here. Oh, it's so pretty. And all of these are on the plush sock base, which is 85% superwash merino, 15% nylon. The main skein is 437 yards to 100 grams, and the mini is 79 yards to 18 grams. Gorgeous, gorgeous colorways. So we're gonna do a giveaway for one of these, and then I'm going to save one for a knit along prize as well. So I'll let the winner choose whichever one they want. All you have to do is comment down below. Any comment will enter you. It's open worldwide, same as always. Either Mystique or Heartbreaker. You could let me know that in the comment, which one you would like, or if you're not sure, you can put that too. You don't have to decide right now. But yeah. Winner will get to choose between one of these two, and I will announce the winner on episode 206. Speaking of giveaways, I do have a few winners to announce because, well, let's start with episode 204. We did do a giveaway for the Colorwork pattern book. This was a US only giveaway because it is being shipped by the publisher. And the winner for that, I will put it up here on the screen. Congratulations. And if you would just contact me at crazysocklady@gmail.com, and I will just get your shipping information, and then I can pass that along to them, and they will get that book sent out to you. I did say we have giveaway winners. So that was one. Second one, y'all, I still have not heard from the winner. That this will be the third winner that I've drawn for this, for the Twice Sheared Sheep fall box that I had as a giveaway on episode 200. So I have redrawn from the comments on episode 200, and the newest winner, third time's a charm, crossing my fingers, Angela Williams. Congratulations. Just contact me again at crazysockladypodcast@gmail.com. Give me your shipping information, please. Please contact me and I will get that sent out to you. I want to share this box so badly with one of you. So I'm hoping third time is a charm here. All right, I think that's kind of it for the knitting today. So I did finish a book. I'm reading some books, so we'll talk about all of that as well and catch up on life stuff. But reading and watching, so I finished The People Next Door. You guys, I loved it so much. I read this when I was running on the treadmill, and it just kept me so excited to get on that treadmill every day and so motivated to keep running every day. It was great. It was the perfect thing for a run. So I love that one so much that I immediately downloaded another one of her books. It's by Keri. I can't remember, but I'll be putting the pictures up here on the screen. So the next one that I downloaded is called The Boathouse by the same author, and I'm enjoying it so far as well. I think I'm only like 30% into it. It's on the Kindle again. That stays on the treadmill. Out there. It's out there. That's why I'm pointing that way. It stays on the treadmill. So that's my treadmill reading. I'm also still reading The Last to Vanish by Miranda. Really enjoying that one as well. But I will say, I don't know why, but I've been so tired when I go to bed lately. And it's pretty typical of me not to be able to read too much before I go to bed because I feel like when my head hits that pillow, my eyes close. But lately it's been even worse. Usually I can force myself to read a chapter. Lately I've only been reading a couple of pages. So that one I'm not very far into, but I am enjoying it. And then I'm still listening. I actually have not listened to it in almost a week, but The Family Remains by Lisa Jewell. I need to get back to listening to that and wrap that one up. That's my Audible one I have going right now. And I was just, with being out of town last week, I didn't have a need to listen to a book while I was out of town. And I tried listening while I was driving. I know so many people do that. I can't do it. I have to have music going and be singing. When I was trying, I stopped to use the restroom on my trip like halfway there. And I was like, let's try an audiobook. Let's switch it up a bit. You never do that while you're driving. No. I was getting too focused, and then I was like catching myself slowing down. So yeah, I can't do it. I'll keep them for around the house when I'm doing housework or when I'm knitting or English paper piecing, something like that. So that's what I've been reading lately. What I've been watching. So I've just kind of been watching and catching up on some of my normal shows that I watch when they're out. Not really binging anything. Well, we did start, oh gosh, something about the House of Usher. I cannot remember what the name of it is. I think it's on Netflix. It's very strange. Somebody had told us it was like the Bly Manor and Haunting of Hill House. And it does have some of the same people, and it's the same director, I think. I feel like this one's a little weirder though than the other ones. We'll see. We're not very far into it. We've only watched 2 episodes, but I feel like this one is a little weirder, and it's definitely not as weird as American Horror Story, but it gives me like American Horror Story vibes, and that show got a little too out there for me. So I don't know. We're only 2 episodes in. Can't really give too much of a review yet. It's keeping my interest, but it's definitely got some weird parts. We have not watched any more of that. We started it Saturday, I think. Saturday or Sunday. And then Eric went out of town for work. He's out of town this week for work. And I can say that on here because he will be back by the time I put this video up. So we haven't watched any more of that while he's been gone. I've been catching up on some of my shows that he doesn't really enjoy watching. So I finished the current season of When Calls the Heart. I think that's a Hallmark show. I buy it on Amazon, but I think it's a Hallmark show. What else did I finish? I finished something else. Oh, I finished Virgin River. So many people said this season of Virgin River was good. I didn't really enjoy it that much. It had good parts, but this wasn't my favorite season. What else? Oh, I've been watching Teen Mom. So when Eric's out of town, pretty much, I catch up on all the like romantic kind of shows that he doesn't like, which I don't really watch a ton of those types in my guilty pleasure reality TV. So that's pretty much what I've been watching. Life stuff. So like I said, I was out of town last week. That is why there was no episode. So I went to West Virginia. Well, I didn't stay in my hometown, but it was about 30 minutes from my hometown. I went to my grandma's house and I stayed with her for, gosh, I think I was there for like 4 or 5 days. But it was great. We had such a fun time. It was so nice to go visit her and stay with her and have some one-on-one time with her. There's a ton of sock knitting to show for it, I feel like, because I just sat and knit and we talked and it was such a great trip. So that is where I was last week. And now Eric's out of town this week, so things have just been a little hectic. I do have one kid home today. He wasn't feeling that great this morning. So he is upstairs resting and hopefully a little bit of rest and he will be feeling better. I'm hoping he's not coming down with something because he goes out of town tomorrow as well for a concert. So I feel like we've just had so much going on, all good things, but just busy. I always am like thinking when life slows down, but it's like, no, this is life. This is life. But yeah, that's kind of everything that's been going on around here. I had a lot to catch up on when I got back home and just kind of hit the ground running and got caught up on things around the house and work stuff. And it's been a good week so far. I am really going to try my hardest to finish these socks by the end of the month. It really is kind of a crazy goal, but I'm going to give it my best effort and see if I can make it happen. I'm hoping. It's those things that I put on myself. Nobody's saying I have to have them done. I just want to have them done. It is so nice to finish off like holiday themed projects within the time frame. Again, that's something I put on myself, but I feel like Halloween stuff, I want it done to start Christmas stuff. Is where my brain is at right now. So let's see if I can get these done. Follow along on Instagram if you don't already follow me over there, because I will definitely be sharing in my stories and things as I work on these sock projects. And of course, I'll update y'all next week because it will be November 1st when I record next. So we will see if the things are done or not. But all right, I am going to go get some knitting done. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go work on my Polka Dot Creek socks, and I will see you all again soon. Until then, happy making. Bye.